Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys. I'm losing my voice, so let me see. Can you guys hear me okay? See me okay? Give me some thumbs up in the chat. How's everything going on your end? I don't know. Let's see what you're saying. Deco says, yes, you can. Sounds good. Okay, cool. You guys can hear me okay. All right, good. So first off, sorry I didn't come on here at 10. I know I said today we were going to go live at 10, but I picked this coffee mug for you guys because I feel like it literally represents me today. Brain dead, 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Note to self, never drink pre-workout after 7 p.m. Never again. Your girl was cracked out last night, couldn't sleep. I think I watched all of Confession Files, I think it is, Confession Tapes on Netflix last night. Yeah. Hey, Dogs with Jobs, good to see you. Delana says, sound great. Hey, Kimkins, good to see you. I got to get used to you changed your name on me. Hey, Rose with Thorns. And yes, thumbs up. If you guys haven't done so already, please give your girl some thumbs up. It's completely free and it does help the channel out. Hey, Sarah, good to see you. Delana, we still call her Delana. Delana. We got Insanely Confused in the house. We got Carly in the house, Vicky Lane. And let's give Vicky Lane a shout out. She's always here supporting the channel. I appreciate you, girl, so much. Good to see you and always here during the live stream. And then let me scroll all the way down and see if I missed anybody. I think I got some phlegm going on. So if you're wearing earphones, my apologies. All right, you guys. So I guess I will start with the most, I don't want to say it's the breaking news, and we're not going to spend too much time talking about it today. But I did see, and I completely forgot that Jared had court today. Did you guys see that? Hey, Midwest, good to see you. Karma is a bitches in the house. And whoever's messaging me, both kids are home, you guys. Sorry about that. Okay. Give me 1 second. I hear him at my door. Hold on. Okay. So we're not going to spend too much time talking about it, but we do know that Jared had court today. And honestly, I completely forgot about it. So it's a good thing I kind of didn't go live in the morning because I was on Twitter and watching this. So we know that Jared, Adventures with Purpose, he had his court hearing today. And I don't know who got this photo of him, but it was all over Twitter in the morning. So I thought it's fitting. Let me just share this. But I did not know this, that in Utah, you are not allowed to stream the court procedures, the hearing. I did not know that today. So that's something I learned. I think California has something like that where you're not able to restream something. I think with the Scott Peterson, I learned that. But, I went on Twitter, I seen this photo and I was like, shit. He has court today. So someone had shared a link, said, watch the stream here. So I started watching it. I don't know who the creator was, not somebody I watch, but I went on there and it was, I think, I started hearing, you can hear people talking. I heard Duty Ron's voice come through. I heard somebody else's voice come through. I think it was, no thanks. And promoting his channel, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, no wonder why no one takes us YouTubers serious, right? So when they were going to start again, the judge, she kind of went off of camera and someone told her something, and then she said, you know what, I'm going to take a 5-minute break. We're going to take a 5-minute recess. And she comes back and I was shocked. She shut that shit down. So she said that, it was brought to her attention basically that people were streaming what was going on. And she said in Utah that is, a violation and all of this stuff. And instead of, I thought she would have just been like, okay, cameras off, whatever. But no, she postponed everything. She shut everything down. And I was really surprised by that. I was like, oh shit, that she ain't fucking around. Um, Now I did go on duty, Ron, and you know, he didn't realize, I guess, his mic was on mute or something like that. And so, he apologized, and he wasn't going to stream it. And I like Duty Ron. I respect him and I believe him. And he apologized, and stuff like that. But it was funny after it got shut down, all the YouTubers were like pointing fingers at everyone. No, it was you. It was you. It was you. It was you. Like, come on. If you were streaming it, take responsibility. You know what I mean? I didn't know you couldn't do it, so, but yeah, it was just a mess. And you have no thanks promoting his channel on there. And I'm just like, dude, no wonder why we're a joke. Like, look at us. Like, we can't even behave right. Like, oh my gosh, you guys. So in all, seriousness though, it isn't about us YouTubers. Honestly, it really isn't, because who the fuck are we at the end of the day? But I started feeling so horrible for the cousin. Just think about what she has been going through, and then just leading up to this court date. I can't even imagine how stressful that must have been. And then this happens. So now she has to go through all of this all over again. So, I feel bad. Like, apologies, me being a creator, I wasn't there, but just still, sometimes, sometimes we do some stupid ass shit, you guys, and we just need to be a little bit better. So I do feel people trying to find excuses and all this stuff, but it was a mess. It was a mess, you guys. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Lizard. He says, heyo. Yeah, so I don't know. So now it's postponed, and we just got to wait and see, um, what's going to happen with that. But it's unfortunate. That's for sure. It's very unfortunate. You have to email clerk of courts and be approved by 3 parties. Now, I have seen some people say this creator got approval, this one didn't. You know what I mean? I honestly, I don't know. Whenever we've watched something with the court dockets and stuff like that, I've never actually clicked the web link myself. So I can't even pretend like I didn't even know. Well, obviously, to mute, because it's just like being on a Zoom call, right? You got to mute if you're on the web thing. But I did not know that you cannot stream it. That was something I learned today. But I do hear different people saying different things, like, oh, I had permission. This one, at the end of the day, whatever ended up happening was it got shut down. And it's just unfortunate for, for the victim / survivor for this. Deco's laughing. She's laughing. Hey, Femme Fatale, are you back as a new member? I thought you were always part of the fam here, girl. Hey, Geekin. Can we just look at this photo, though, on the screen? Let's just look at Jared. He's like, not looking too happy. I messaged you. Oh, okay. Do you know, it must be to the Crazy Crime Chick Messenger, huh? I will reply, and then I'm gonna send you my actual where you find me mostly, because I'm logged off of that account. I'm always logged on my actual account. So I'm gonna reply to you on that one and then give you where you can reach me. Hey, you guys are all laughing. Okay, so Fem says, just got a new card, so I had to renew. Okay, well, thank you for being part of the fam still. I appreciate that. And we got Delana. Let me see. Kim says, the ones who streamed are going to get in trouble most likely. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't stream it. Usually I go through a news stations that's streaming it. I usually do it that way. Like I said, I never usually click the web link. I'm really glad I didn't. I don't do that. But I didn't know. So yeah. But everyone's just pointing the finger right now at everybody else. So it's just funny. I just added a bunch of folks who had requested in. Okay, thank you, Delana. I need to be better with that too. I'm horrible with that. Delana, did you want to come up today? I wasn't sure if you wanted to. So, yeah, so that's everything going on with Jared right now. Unfortunately, it's been postponed. I was trying to see if we know when this is going to end up happening with him, but so far nothing yet. So I'll keep you guys updated, but unfortunately postponed because some of us YouTubers just can't behave, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. It's just sad. Um, but we're going to jump into Shanquella Robinson case. Now, I originally thought I knew what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, but then let me take this off screen. But then there was a live stream yesterday. Now, it was from, I believe his name is Jared from the NC Beat, and it would be with Mr. Zungia. So, how many of you guys watched that last night? How many of you guys watched the live stream? Put a 1 in chat. It's a new one. Send me a link. Okay. It's a new one. It was last night. I watched it. I watched it the first time and I was so freaking confused after the live stream. I shit you not. And then I rewatched it, and then Delana's sending me all her cliff notes, and I was like, I need to rewatch this because I'm so confused by everything. So I rewatched it. I took a lot of notes. So we're gonna go over all of this stuff today, all of my notes, and just have a discussion with it because I don't know. He's saying things now that, and let me just say, maybe it's something's getting lost maybe in translation. I don't know, but there are things he is saying that kind of, you know, conflicts what he just said on the other YouTube channel, the lead attorney. We just watched that. So there's just a lot of stuff. I'm just like, kind of like, scratching my head. You know, another breaking thing yesterday was that, it is being said that Dejanay was arrested. And Mr. Zungia put that out on his, news. And I shared that with you guys yesterday. I made a real short video with it. And then, as time went on, and I was watching the interview with him last night, that was asked to him from the host, that like within the first 30 minutes, that was asked to Mr. Zungia, was she arrested? And he said that Mr. Zungia said that he was working and he was meeting with a couple of his colleagues, and that he had heard the news that Dejanay had been arrested. So, I'm hearing today, because I've been watching everything, you guys. I'm hearing today that he's doubling down. He's saying, yes, he's sticking by it. Some people were saying the article was deleted. The article not deleted, you guys. It is still up. Let me share it. It is still up. It's still active. His accounts for Twitter. Hold on, I see my Wi-Fi and I hear my dog barking like a madman. All right. Oh, okay. Let's not bash any creators. You guys, there's no need. Can we delete that? I can't delete it from my end, or it just blocks. Tilo, let's not name call here. There's really no need for that. And I do think that honestly, there was a lot of people's voices coming through that. So you can't just pin it on one person. And I've been a follower of Judy Ron for a really long time. And one thing, he respects law enforcement and all of that stuff. I respect him. And he says he wasn't going to stream it. He was, and he made a mistake, and he apologized for it. So let's just keep it a little classy here today, just a little bit. I know sometimes it's hard for us, but let's just try. Okay. So again, People have said that this was deleted. His article, his Twitter posts are still Mr. Zungina. Let's see him. Now, again, it is being said that he's doubling down. He's sticking to what he's saying, that he heard that there was an arrest, and, he's not taking any of that back. And another thing too, you guys, he's been in television for what, like 20, it says 27 years right here. He's been doing investigative journalism for like 6 years. And, he has his own company. He's won awards. He's very respected out there. Do I really think this man is going to, lie and put out fake news like this? No. Do I think that mainstream media, gets information wrong sometimes? Yes. We've seen it plenty of times. Just look last week. What did we have last week? I think it was ABC News with the title of "There was an arrest." We listen to it, and guess what? No mention of arrest. It's all about a warrant was issued. So, he's still sticking down though that there was an arrest. So I don't know. I also hear that people that talk to the family members, that the mom and dad, that there's no mention to them that there was an arrest. I know I was trying to see in Charlotte if I can find her anywhere out there in anything, and I couldn't. I'm also hearing that she wasn't arrested in Charlotte. I don't know. I'm just hearing so much stuff. So this is where I'm at with it. Is she arrested? I don't even know anymore. I mean, I'm going based off of what he is stating. He's getting information out there. We know he's going to get information before we get it out here with mainstream media. We know that, you guys. So I'm just going to wait it out. If you need more proof of it, great. I'm like you. I'm like, where's the mugshot? Can we get a mugshot? You know what I mean? But I'm just going to be patient right now. I know a lot of us, we want that mug. I don't know. Do you guys believe she's arrested? Do you believe no? Again, you decide what you're going to end up believing with it. But some people are getting a little cray-cray with what they're saying. I'm like, okay, we need to stop. Hey, Valerie. She says she's running errands, but she's listening. Make sure you get coffee. Let me see what you guys are saying. Hey, Johnny. How are you doing today? He says, hi, ladies and gents. Crazy Crown Chick, mods, chat. Dang Duty Ron was streaming and no, he wasn't streaming it. I wasn't watching Duty Ron. I was watching somebody else who was streaming it. But when I clicked to Duty Ron and I sent this to Delana, I said, hey, Duty Ron is, covering it. And then she told me, no, he's not streaming it. He's just talking about it. So I don't believe he was streaming it. And he knew not to stream it. I did not know you couldn't, I would have been right there like a dumbass fucking streaming it. I don't know. Oh, I'm so sorry. No, I didn't, Delana. Okay, hold on. Let me send that to you. And again, thank you guys for being here with me and discussing this case. We're going to get into Shanquella Robinson and some stuff that Mr. Zungina is saying. All right. No, he wasn't. Yeah, people are saying no, he wasn't. Thanks. Malibu, got to represent Malibu. Look at, I just spilled coffee on me right now. I'm such a mess. Brain dead. All right, hold on, Delana. Let's see. Invite guest. All right. All right, I'm going to send it to you right now. Look I just jumped on Facebook and I already see a big thing saying that she was arrested again. All right. Where are you, Delana? There you are. All right. All right. I sent it to you, Delana. You should be getting it. Do you? Is it cold where you're at? Hey, Sword of Spirit. She was arrested. It's a she. Is a murder committed on a man, murdered simply because she's a woman. It can also be, though, Spirit, It can also be a crime, a murder, a woman against a murder, though. It's not just so much a man. It could be either or. So I had not heard that there is an arrest questioned about yeah, a lot of people are questioning if this is even true, if she's even arrested. A lot of people are like wondering why mainstream out here, why our mainstream media is not reporting on it yet. But just remember with the arrest warrant, it was first published out there. And then after I don't know how many days, and then over here, then our media got a hold of it and then they started posting about it. So again, I'm just sitting back patiently, you guys. Some people are going crazy with it, and I'm just going to sit back and wait. We shall see. We shall see. If she is arrested, it's going to come out. It's going to come out. Let's just be a little patient. But from what Mr. Zugina posted, he he says breaking news: Dejanay Jackson arrested in the United States again yesterday. And it says, that during the night of November 28, Dejanay Jackson was arrested by Interpol agents after a controlled judge issued an arrest warrant against her for the crime of femicide of Shanquella Robinson. Now, we know that this took place on October 29th in Cabo Villas complex in the tourist destination. Now, it says that Dejanay Jackson was placed in federal custody waiting for her to begin her extradition process to Mexico. Now, where she'll be only accused side of the 25-year-old businesswoman, and we know that's Shanquella Robinson. So I mean, I don't know. Is this true? This is what he's reporting on, and other people questioning it. And I don't really blame people for questioning it, because that's what we do here in true crime. Don't we always do that? We want to see receipts. We want to see, we want everything like this. So is it true? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Hey, John. All right, you guys. So what do I hear for you guys? Okay. While I wait for Delana, I guess I'm going to just start going over this interview from yesterday with Mr. Zungia. Okay. Now, I have about I think I have about 11 pages of notes. Okay. So he does this interview, Mr. Zungina, with NC Beat. It was last night. You guys can watch it. And I thought it was a really great interview. Again, Mr. Zungina, his English isn't that great. So again, it was in Spanish. There was a translator there that was, the host would ask a question, they would translate it, and then she would translate it for him and vice versa and all of that stuff. So that's why I said, I don't know if things are getting lost in the translation of it all, if things are getting kind of muddy, because like I said, he was saying things that I was like, okay, wait a minute, I just listened to you the other day, that's not what you said. So I don't know, I'm having some issues with it, but we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Now, the first thing he said, you guys, is this. Okay, so let me go down to my notes. So he said, and this is one of the things that I thought was extremely important to talk about. He talks about a service worker. Now, a service worker out there, they are people that go and clean the villa. To me, that would be the maid, but they call them the service worker, so I'm going to refer to them as the maid. Now, he says that the service worker, she is the person, again, she's the one who comes in and she cleans the room, and she actually discovered Shanquella's body. She discovers her body. So she gets there after 12 p.m. on the 29th. She goes there. She's going to do what she does, clean up the place. And she goes inside and she discovers Shanquella's body. Now, when she discovers her body, she says, and this is coming from the investigative reporter, that her body was hard. Hard. So that tells me that her body was already going into rigor. Did you guys see that? Hear that? She got there after 12 to clean the villa. She's the one who found Shanquella, and this is when it was asked when she found her. So the question was, where was Shanquella's body discovered when service worker found her? And it was said that the body was found in the same position where she fell, which was sitting down. And I was like thinking, when she fell, like, what? So she was found in the bedroom, and she says her body was cold. So was hard. So that would have been at 12. 12. Yeah. And if you guys remember on Najir's live in the very beginning, he mentions a maid finding her. Remember? But then he's like, oh, wait, I'm jumping too ahead. And then he goes into something else. But, it is being said that the service worker went there to clean up the villa. She goes in the room. She finds Shanquella. And her body is hard. Now, when she went in the room, it is said that there was nobody in there. So none of the friends were in there. That she then had to go find them. And at first it was kind of confusing, because the way it's said during the translation, it was like they were out of the villa. So people thought they left her, like left the villa and went somewhere. But it was said, no, she was there. They were all there. They just weren't in the room. So she finds her. She comes out. She tells the friends. This is where it gets confusing too, because then she tells the friends, oh, your friend is ill, and she needs to see a doctor. And that's when they say that Winter ends up calling to get the doctor to come. So calls the hospital. They would then send the doctor. We know that would have been at 2:13. But I don't know. I'm just really stumped by the service worker finding her at 12. So yeah, we got to kind of just remove everything we know by the bed. No, it would have been from the interview. It was said that she was found in, this is how it was worded. So she was found in the same position where she fell, which was sitting down. And then it was asked, when the service worker found Shanquella, were friends there in the villa? Yes or no? And again, they were in the villa, but they were not in that room with her. And this question was asked a couple of times during that live stream, about the service worker finding her. And he said it, that she says her body was cold. Hey, Brandy. You can relate. Hey, ETS. Yeah, see, that's CEE Zone Jones says he continually called the doctor a nurse too. I guess because she was female and he assumed she was a nurse. See, here's the thing. In the beginning, he referred to her as a service worker. And in the beginning, he says, and then the host asked, okay, what's a service worker, and then he said there's somebody who goes in the villa and they clean up. So that would be like, the maid, but they call them service workers. So, and that's what I kept getting confused too, because then at times he would say, it would be said the nurse. So I don't know. That's why I think too, is things getting mixed up in translation. I don't know. But it is interesting that he says that she was hard. Her body was hard when the service worker found her. Hold on, I'm going to try to catch up to the comments. You guys are coming in too quick. Hold on. Rose, so none of their time frames work. I was trying to figure it all out last night, and I was driving myself nuts with trying to figure everything out. And another thing that you wanted to get even more confusing, Mr. Zungina then, he brings in this time frame of her Shanquella passing from somewhere between 7 a.m. in the morning to 12 p.m. And I'm like, okay, where is this time frame coming from? Where is he getting this time frame from? So I don't know. That had me really confused. Like, okay, where is this coming from now? But he's saying she passed somewhere between 7 a.m. and 12 p.m. But if you think about it, rigor starts within 2 hours, I believe. So if the nurse came in at 12 and found her and she was already going into rigor, her body was getting hard, what would that be, like 10 she passed? Completely different than what we're all being told. That's what's being stated from the interview from the interview last night. Yeah. That the service worker found her and she was already hard. So she was already going into, and again, people are like, okay, so the service worker didn't realize she was deceased. And I get it. I would be the same way, but then I don't know. And another thing, you guys, another thing. Okay, in the police report, is there any information about the service worker? Is there anything in the police report about the service worker? Let me move some stuff around. Hey, Mighty. It's really confusing with all the newer things being said. What really was confusing, okay, the service worker coming in at 12, that is something, if you guys think about it, because remember, that's what Najir had said during the live, that the maid had found her, and then he switched and started talking. He's like, whoa, I'm jumping to ahead. So that's always been something that's kind of been put out there before, and people were wondering, okay, who is this maid and all of this stuff. So then we get the interview last night, and then when the investigative reporter brings up this information to me, I'm like, oh shit, that's also what Najir had said, that the maid had found her. So it's like, okay, is that really true? But was that information in the police report? Thank you, Margie, for the super sticker. I appreciate you, love. Thank you for the support and just being amazing. And there's Delana. Let me add her. And allegedly what Britt says, if I had to guess from lighting outside, it looks like 6 or 7 a.m. the fight started. And a lot of people have looked at the video. Can anyone just tell us when on that day did the sun start to rise on that day? Because I always thought the fight possibly happened around 8 or 9. I always thought, because I thought she was sleeping. They went in there, dragged her out of bed, and all of this stuff. I always figured around 8 or 9. I was thinking, because you got to think too, the night before they're drinking, they're playing games. You know what I mean? And normally you're not going to wake up from a night of having a good time at 6 a.m. Usually that just, for me at least, doesn't happen. So it is interesting now hearing, if this is true, that the service worker came in and found her at 12, and it's being said that she was hard. How come there's no mention of that though in the police report? Is there mention of that in the police report? Delana, is there mention of the maid? I'm going to have to pull it up. police
I
report.
don't remember there being anything about the maid in the police
In
report.
the police report. Hold on, I'm going to pull it up. Hold on. I can't hear you either. Hold on. I don't have my earphones on. Let me pull that up.
Yeah, I don't remember there being anything about the maid in the police report.
And if there is no mention of her finding Shanquella and her accounts of her being found, and if that is true, she was hard, how come that was not included? That's very alarming. Let me find it. Hold on. I got to scroll all the way down.
Well, I think that's the main reason that the doctor's being investigated. Because I think a lot of shady stuff was going on.
Yeah. Let me see. I don't think I have it saved. Okay. I see Yahoo News is reporting that there was an arrest, but they're going off of what Mr. Zungina had said. Okay, give me a see. Answer any questions you see in chat, Delana. Let me find this.
Okay, well, I agree with Rose with Thorns. I definitely believe that it doesn't work with their timeline.
What's the newspaper that was reporting on the police report? Do you remember? Was it Charlotte? Was it something Charlotte? Charlotte. I think it was Charlotte something.
And John, I don't believe anything Nazir said anyway. I scratched him a long time ago.
Who?
Nazir.
Oh, yeah. Can't believe everything. Yeah.
Yeah, because John was saying that friends told Nazir that the maid found her in the bathroom over the toilet.
I can't find it now. Does anybody have it that can email it to me? Oh, wait, I think you're echoing, Delana.
Am I? On chat's end? Because I'm not echoing on our end.
I hear echo on my end. Does anyone have the police report from, I think it's the Charlotte something. I thought I had it saved, and I'm sure I have it saved somewhere, but hey,
Okay,
boo.
allegedly says sunrise in Cabo is at 6:44 a.m.
Sunrise 6. Okay, so sunrise in Cabo is 6:44 a.m. So maybe right. So you see sunrise 6:44 a.m. and sunset is 6:45. I want to see in the police report though, is there mentioned of the maid? Because if not, that's very alarming to me, you guys. If there's no mention of the service worker finding her anywhere in that, I have it somewhere in here, and I'm like, where are you? Hold on, let me go on my phone and do it. Hold on, give me a second, guys.
John said the Charlotte Observer.
Yes, thank you, John.
Way to go, John.
Charlotte Observer. Okay, let's see.
Hi, Bushi.
All right, let's see. Is it this one? All right. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find the right article.
Oh, so Boo Sheet said it does say something about it. She says that it said the maid was slumped over the toilet, but the maid actually found her sitting in a chair.
On the police report, she's saying?
Sounds like it.
Okay, hold on.
Which we already know they moved her body because we found that out last night.
Okay, hold on.
Grateful Ed, the voice of reason.
I know he's here. Hey, Grateful Ed, how are you? I'm trying to pull up the police report to see if it does mention the maid at all. Okay, let's see. Police report. All right, here we go. Let's see.
Sweetest taboo. Crazy's looking for the police report.
I got it. It's because they have a lot of articles with this case. So hold on.
Oh, she said no, it doesn't say that in the police report. So Bushi, did you get that from Nazir too?
Okay, hold on. Sorry, guys.
Okay, because we knew Nazir was running that, and a lot of people have been saying it because he said it, but I don't believe anything he says because there's too many inconsistencies in his life.
Yeah, and not only that too. When we were talking about whoever mentioned the maid, I couldn't remember who mentioned a maid, but then it was him who mentioned it. So then when it was mentioned last night during the live stream, I was like, oh shit. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, because they were calling her the service worker.
Why isn't it not opening on my end? Ugh, why am I having difficulties today? What the fuck? It's not opening. Let me see. All right, it's gonna bug me now. So does anybody remember if it mentions it? I don't know. It's not opening on mine. Let me try it from here.
I can get out of chat. I can get out of chat on my tablet and I can look it up.
Can you? I have.
Yeah.
It's not opening on my end. I'm going to try it from here, though. See if we can grab it, Delana, and see.
Okay.
So Boo says it doesn't mention it. Oh, come on. It's not letting me open it from my end. What the hell? See if you're having trouble. Has anybody been having trouble trying to open the links from here? What the fuck? Hold on, you guys. Sorry. You guys are like, this chick, what's going on?
Did it open for you?
It's not opening for me. Is it opening for you? What the fuck is going on here?
No, it's weird. It's not opening for me.
If you have it, I know it's not opening for me either. I don't know. If it doesn't open for you, all right, we're just going to have to move on from it. But I'll end up looking for it tonight and see. But on my end, it's not opening. It just keeps saying loading. I have it, but it's not opening, which is weird. I don't know. YouTube has been messed up and crashing. Well, no, it's the link. It's not opening. I don't know why. We're seeing if it opens for Delana. And we're just trying to figure out if in the police report, if it mentions the maid. I know I know that Najir mentions the maid finding her, but I want to know if it mentions it. It's going to just bug me all day. Hey, sweet S Taboo. We are talking about Shanquella Robinson, and we're talking about the interview last night that was done with the investigative reporter, Gerardo Zungia. He was on the NC Beat last night, and he was saying some things that were just kind of like, whoa, mind blowing a little bit. Some things he was saying I was questioning, and then other things he was saying I was like, wow, there was no mention of this on the other interview he had did with the lead attorney. And one of the things he said on the interview last night was that the service worker, who is somebody that goes and cleans the villa, she went there at noon to clean the villa, and that she went in the room and found Shanquella, and that her body was hard. So that makes everyone believe that if her body was hard, she was already going into rigor. And that usually starts at what, 2 hours? And I'm trying to figure out, was the service worker and her accounts of going there at noon, finding her, was that included in the police report? And the link I'm trying to open is not opening, of course, when I'm live. So Delana's right now trying to open it. Hey, Scottish. If you can get it open, Delana, don't worry about it. Watch after my live ends. It opens perfectly. Watch. I'm just going to be like, are you serious? Are you serious? And another thing that was asked was, did the friends have to drag her from upstairs or downstairs and sat her in a chair? That was one of the questions that was asked. And then it was says, yes, she was dragged from the bedroom to the living room because the doctor had to observe her. So I don't know, just the wording that was used, drag her from one room to another, is just very alarming. So let's just picture this. The maid gets there, finds her, tells the friends aren't in the room when she discovers Shanquella. She then comes out, she tells the friends that your friend is ill, she needs to go to the hospital. So then it is said that then that's when Winter calls the hospital, and that's when the doctor is summoned down there. Now we know that phone call per the police report is at 2:13. Then the doctor would get there an hour later. It is very horrible.
All right, it opened for me.
Okay. Can you just read it really quick for us? I really want to know, does it mention
I'm already halfway down it, and I don't see that it says. It starts out saying that the information from the police report shows that at 2:13 p.m. on October 29th, medical help was summoned to the villa. Around an hour later, the doctor showed up, arrived. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about her in this.
See, and that's the thing. Why not? Why is her accounts? I think we can all agree her accounts are extremely important. It's like that's all excluded in the police report. It just starts as when the call gets called for the doctor gets there, and after that call got made, and then it goes into all of those timelines of what happened. But it doesn't mention anything with the service worker, which is extremely alarming to me. It's like, what the fuck?
And then it says the police record indicates that the doctor found a female understood in the report to be Robinson with stable vital signs but dehydrated, unable to communicate verbally, and appearing to be inebriated. Meanwhile, he's telling us she was already gone at that time.
Yes. Exactly. If she felt her body and her body was in fact cold, and then you have the doctor's account saying that she was dehydrated. I mean, it's two completely different things. And I think it's very interesting that there's no account for the service worker in that police report. Red flag right there. Yeah, I agree,
Yeah, it says
Scottish.
the information from police says the doctor was there for close to an hour when Robinson began having a seizure. The convulsions from the seizure lasted less than a minute, according to the report. At this point, the patient's friend, named Winter Donovan, called 911 to request an ambulance. According to the Observer's Spanish to English translation of the report, this was at 4:20. So she didn't even get there till 2, and we're at 4:20. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I just think all this is lies. Then it said the doctor, along with a friend, began administering CPR at 4:49 when they detected that Robinson had no pulse. Police arrived and talked to the doctor who was treating Robinson at 5:25. It's not clear from the information in the police report exactly what time an ambulance arrived from the 911 call.
And she
And
was pronounced deceased at what time?
according to this, which I'm saying that because I'm not sure I believe this, but they were unable to revive her and declared her dead at 5:57, according to
5:57.
the report.
And another thing that is interesting that was said yesterday also, so at 5:54 they pronounce her deceased, right?
Yes.
Okay, so 5:54.
Well,
So
according to this report,
according to, yeah.
5:57.
Okay, yeah, according to the police report, they're at 5:57 they pronounce her deceased. Now, when another thing that was said during this live stream last night was that, so when the service worker found her, she couldn't find the friends. They were in the villa, but she couldn't find them. She went and she told them what happened. Then we know the doctor gets called. Now, when the doctor arrives, she goes inside, but the police do not go inside. She's inside alone. So she's in there, right? The police are outside of the villa talking to the friends, is what's being said. So I don't know. When the body was found in the bedroom, no one was in the room. They were out. She was looking for them to inform them she found, and this is how it's been said. She found the body. That's how it's being translated during the live stream. I'm not just writing the body. These words were used. She finds the friends and informs them their friend was ill. But that just was interesting that she informs them that her friend was ill. To me, I'm like, but if she was stiff, wouldn't that tell her she was deceased? And then it was asked again to Mr. Zungia as time went on, was when the service worker first found her, she wasn't deceased yet, like asking, was she deceased yet? And again, Mr. Zugina said, yes, she was deceased. When she touched her body, she was hard. And that was at 12, a little after 12. And we know the death certificate time of death says 3 p.m. She, passes 15 minutes after injury. Oh, and another thing that was said, which I thought was interesting, was that the doctor did CPR because the friends pressured her to do so. Did you hear that part, Delana?
Yes.
So you're telling me a medical professional, a doctor, only did CPR because she felt pressured from the friends? Like, I was like, okay, there's something not right here, you guys.
Well, I thought it was crazy that she said she needed medical attention. She needed to go to a hospital. And who were they to tell her no?
Mm-hmm.
Work on her here. I just think it all sounds so shady.
It is extremely shady. It's extremely shady with it all. You know, the whole point of the service worker, none of that information is in. And here's the thing, why would this service worker lie about something like that? You know what I mean? And then you got to think, Najir, he does mention a little bit in that beginning that a maid found her, and that would have been after 12. That would have been after 12, you guys. So it makes it more, for me, I do believe shortly after that incident with Dejanay, I do believe shortly after that, Shanquella passed away. I do. I don't believe this alcohol poisoning thing at all. I think none of us do. I mean, do you really think she got in a fight and then started drinking after that? No, not at all. Not at all.
Bullshit, I get that, but I don't believe any of the police report. So I don't even, we're hearing from someone that was basically boots on the ground in Mexico that she was long gone well before they even got there.
And you got to think too, the wording that was used last night in that interview was that her body was hard. The
Yes.
service worker said she touched. And that question was asked a couple of times because I think the host, I agree with the host. The host was asking questions multiple times, but I like that he kept asking this question as time went on over and over because one, sometimes you can ask that one question to see if you get different answers, you know, to see if they're lying about anything, if it turns up differently the next time you ask them. Also, I think too, because he was still questioning, wait a minute. So, and I was like that too during that live stream. And I even commented because I was in the chat commenting and I even said, wait a minute, her body was hard. And yes, her body was hard at 12. So I don't know. I don't believe a lot of what's in that police report. Bushit says that she asked her Hispanic neighbor, what does a service worker mean in Mexico? She said female health worker. And see, last night during the interview, the host asked him, the investigative reporter, Mr. Zugina, he said, who is a service worker? Is that a maid? He said. And then he said, service worker is a person who comes in and cleans the room. That's what he said a service worker is in the villa. But, you know, you got to ask them too, what's a service worker in a villa? And see what he says, because, you know, he's saying that that's somebody in the villa that goes and cleans the room. To us, that's the maid. And it would make sense if you think about it. At 2, when you stay in a hotel or something like that, they usually come around, you know, checkout time. Usually it's different everywhere else, but usually it's around 10:30, 11. Then the maid rolls around, you know, checkout time. If you're not out, they start cleaning the room shortly after that. So at 12, her being there to clean up the room makes sense to me. Vicky, I thought I understood. And you know what? The host last night said something like that. Like, how deep does this go? And I feel like that with this case. Okay, so how deep is this? And it's just it bugs me, and I keep saying it, and I sound like a broken record today, but it does bug me, you guys, that there's no mention of the service worker's account in that police report. If she starts to have a seizure, she had to be alive. Again, like Delana said, I question everything in that police report.
Well, after my story about law enforcement over there, I really I'm having a hard time believing any of that with the corruption over there. So
if that's the case, it makes my soul sad. My children are 22 and 19, and I would like to think I have brought them up better than that. Hold on, I'm trying to catch up to some of your comments, you guys. Let's see. The coroner says she died 15 minutes after injury around 3 p.m. The doctor said she would work on her for 3 hours. Yes. And the window for that too. So it could be anywhere. Like if they put 3 p.m. she passed, isn't there a window though of time frame in between? Because unless they specifically seen her pass away, that would be it, right? On the time of death. So I was reading up, it could be anywhere from in between 3 hour difference from it. But on the death certificate, it does say 3 p.m. And yes, 15 minutes after injury. So 2/1/12. Scottish says, thank God the coroner was honest. I'm questioning everything with this case. I feel like I think I know, and then I hear something else being said, and then it just leads me to I'm like scratching my head. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. And I'm trying not to get too stuck and overanalyze the time frame, because you guys know I need a time frame. I like a time frame with every case. And with this one, I was like, okay, starting to look at it, punching in and everything like that. And then last night when I heard the interview, I hear the investigative reporter mention she passed from 7 to 12. I'm like, where are you getting this time from? Hey, Allison. Yeah,
Well,
I agree.
he did also try to defend the fact that there was a window. Remember, he kept talking about a window.
I was getting confused with the whole window. So I was wondering, is he talking about it could be anywhere from a 3 hour window from it? And again, too, because are things getting lost in translation with everything? I'm like, I don't know. And then when he mentioned another thing, he mentions that kind of really bothered me with his interview last night was he says that he spoke with the district attorney and there's no other video, only one video, he's saying,
But a
but
longer video.
a longer video. But we just listened to the lead attorney's interview with him yesterday, and he says there was two videos. So
But
again,
but
is translation, and is it getting kind of muddy and confused in this, all the translation of it? Maybe is he referring that there is only one video, it's a longer video, but the other interview he did with the lead attorney, he said there was two videos, and in one of them, it's the one we see. And then in the other one, he says that you see a female come from the back room, walk across the camera, and gets into it with Dejanay. But in the interview he did last night, he does not mention any of that, which I'm just like, okay, I'm
I
confused.
think after he spoke with the prosecutor, he felt like he got more information of maybe there wasn't two videos, there was just one video and it was longer. I still think there's parts of that video that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah. I mean, while he's saying it's a longer, it's only the one video, but it just, I don't know, it kind of just, I guess because we do true crime here, and one thing we do here is we do analyze everything. And when people do interviews, we're right here with our notebooks, or we're taking our notes, and then when they go on another interview and they say something different, then we're back like, hey, wait a minute, this interview you said this, so then it makes me start questioning, because what bothers me is not so much now, maybe again, translation, maybe I got muddy somewhere, but it bothers me that he didn't mention at all the girl walking in front of the camera from the back room and stopping, getting into it with Dejanay. And he says in that video that it shows Shanquella on the ground, and he says something like she starts shaking or something like that, and she never gets back up. So why not mention that last night? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking.
And you did catch him. You did catch that his sit down with the prosecutor got rescheduled for today.
That kind of bothered me too.
Yes, I'm saying, and I'm somebody that needs receipts, and I just feel like I have everybody's hearsay and no receipts.
I know. So, okay. So Mr. Zungina had said that he was going to meet with the district attorney right yesterday, right? But then it probably did get postponed, but I mean, I guess I was already by that point during the live stream when that got mentioned. I guess I was already at a point where I was already like, okay, kind of confused with some of the things he wasn't saying or he was saying. So I was just like, okay, what's really going on here? And I know everybody really likes him and everything like that. And I don't think he's purposely putting out false information. I really don't. I do, part of me does think that the information is getting lost somewhere in translation, maybe.
Yeah, because we're not hearing it really straight from him.
Yeah. And not only that, he's saying that he's getting his information because it was asked, where is he getting all his information? And he said something like that the info he is getting is from his contact in the police department. So he's talking to a source in the police department, which we know that happens a lot of times, even out here, mainstream media, they'll have a source in, the police department. So he's saying that's where he's getting his information from. But I'm just like, okay, I don't know. I'm still kind of left with why no mention of a second video and why no mention of a girl walking across. But he says, no, there is no two videos, only one. So I don't know. And I was wondering, did anybody else catch that last night? Like, he said there was two, and now he's saying there's one. And then another thing he was saying that really confused me is that he says there's only, so he's talking about the video that we've all seen, right? The one that's out there. He's saying, no, there's only three people in the video. And I'm like, okay, is he talking about, he must be talking about Dejanay and Shanquella as two people, and there's three people also in the room, because that does make sense. And the host asked him specifically that, three people, but not including Dejanay and Shanquella. And he said, no. He said, okay, so it was asked three people plus Dejanay and Shanquella, total of five people in the room, which when you look at the video, yes, five people in the room. He says, no, not five. Then he says, only in the video, only is Jackson, so Dejanay, Khalil Cook, so-called bestie guy, and Winter Donovan. So I'm like, okay, that makes no sense. And I'm just like, okay, this isn't making sense, you guys. So, and he continues to say that the person recording the fight, the one that we hear, the one that says, Quella, can't you at least fight back or something like that? He continues to say that that's Khalil, not Malik. He's saying that's Khalil. So I don't know. Hey, Lip Lock. How many of you guys think she did pass, that she was already deceased when the doctor arrived? Put a 1 in chat if you think she was deceased when the doctor arrived, or 2, you believe what the doctor's accounts are. Sweetest Taboo says she believes what's in the preliminary autopsy. So E. Jones says, so service could mean medical service or like general type service, mind blown. Well, he referred to it as service worker. He refers to it in the villa as the maid, pretty much. She's the one who comes and cleans the room. And she's the one who came and was there to clean the room. And she found Shanquella in the other room. Nobody was in there with her, and her body was hard. And that was after like around noon, 12. So one, I already forgot what I was asking, guys.
One, if you thought she was
dead,
already deceased before medical attention got there, or 2, no, you believe she was still alive. I like Scottish Queen's theory. Did you read that?
Let me see. Hold on. Is it, so we got Pink says 1, Vicky 1, E 1, Sal 1. This one right here?
Yes.
Okay, so there must be 2 videos as 2 of them filmed it. You can see the guy filming in the first video, so his video. Well, okay, so in that video, we see obviously the video we're seeing, which we're being told, everyone, it's been being told since the very beginning that that's Malik and he's the guy, we hear the voice. Okay, that's the video we see. We see another hand, right, with some female nails on there. Looks like FaceTiming. We see that. That's being said that that's Winter Donovan. And then from the first video where we're all believing that's Malik, when it turns, you see another guy that gets captured really quick with a beard. That's always been said that that is Khalil. So all you guys are saying 1. Allison 1, Donna 1, Scottish says 1. I think 1 too. Brandy says 1. Rose a 1. Boo says, she don't have my glasses. I don't have my glasses, Boo says, so I couldn't see who was there. Give me a second, you guys. Okay, sorry about that.
And I'm not okay with the fact that they moved her body like that.
Yeah, I know. ATS 1, Geekin a 1.
I'm a 1, 1, 1, 1.
Yeah, everybody's saying 1. And it does bother me if this is true also that allegedly the doctor said that she was pressured into doing CPR by the friends. That's alarming if that is true. It's like, dude, who is the professional here? You know what I mean? Sweetest Taboo says, I think she was critically damaged. And when the doctor got there, her negligence by not having her transferred to the hospital immediately and then performing CPR was probably what ended up killing her. You know what? That was something that was posted last night, and I was like, "Can we?" But someone had said, "Can we just talk to the service worker / maid?" Somebody had said that. I highly doubt anybody's going to be able to communicate with this service worker. I highly doubt that. To be honest with you guys, Sugar says this is so infuriating. Yep. And again, we're all basing a lot of our information right now, you guys. If you really think about it, where are we getting all this information? And we're getting it all from the investigative reporter, And I'm not saying he's lying, but I don't know. I have a lot of questions. I feel like I have more questions now than I did before he did this most recent interview. Because some of the things just aren't making sense. Some of the things he's saying a little bit different things, especially with the video. He clearly says, and again, maybe it's just translation. I don't know. And then when he does talk, so it was asked, so there is more footage to the video that has gone viral. He says the only other 2 videos are, and he talks about, is the one that the hammock video and then the dinner video. But that's it, he's saying. There's no other videos out there. So I wonder, is there in fact a video of Winter, grabbing Shanquella by the neck and body slamming her? I kind of feel like if that was out there, you guys, I just feel like we would have that. So I don't know if that's even really out there. He is saying that, that, in the interview he did with the lead attorney, he says that there is a second video that shows a female coming from the back room, getting into it with Dejanay. And then shortly after that, you see Shanquella kind of shaking on the ground, kind of like convulsing on the ground, and she does not get up. Well, here's the thing though, you guys, unless somebody shows you that second video, it's all allegedly, to be honest with you. I can say there's 3 videos out there. Are you going to believe me, or you're going to want to see it? And here's the thing, everyone is saying, yeah, there's a second video, but no one has produced it. People said there's this fight video. Guess what? That shit got produced like that. That shit went out there publicly like that. If there's really the second video, why isn't it out there? Why hasn't someone leaked it yet? So I don't know. I don't think there's and I know people are gonna like, but I'm just like, I want to see it. So if somebody is saying, yes, for a fact there is a second video, let's see it then. Have you seen the second video? No, I don't know. I just feel like we're at a point right now with this case that I'm already over all the speculation and all the rumors with it. It's freaking crazy. And that's another thing that's getting kind of muddy with everything. Some people are saying the dad said he saw it. Others are saying that the dad said that he had heard there was a second video. See, people are saying the dad said he saw it. So I'm going to have to go back to, and we must be talking about NC Beats interview he did with the dad, that people are getting it confused. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to re-listen to that one for, I don't know how many times, because that's where I see people saying, well, the dad said he saw it. Other people are saying, dad never said he saw it. Dad said that he was aware there was another video. So I'm going to personally go back myself, watch that live stream, and see exactly what the dad says. I don't think there was a second video. The investigator probably heard about that, and that wasn't confirmed to him. That's why he's not mentioning it anymore. And he did say on the lead attorney's live stream that he hadn't seen it. He had not seen that video. The only video he has seen himself is the one we've all seen, the attack video. But he did say that police had seen it and informed that, were relaying that information to him. Mighty, you don't have to be all, are you yelling? You don't have to be all in caps. I see your comments. I'm going to go back myself and I'm going to listen to that interview myself, because I see people like you saying the dad said he saw it. And then I see other people who watch that live stream saying the dad didn't see it. So I've seen that a couple of times, but I'm going to go back because I've seen a lot of things with this case. And by now my mind is kind of like, I'm going to personally go back and watch it myself and see what the dad actually says. Okay.
Well, I watched 2 interviews with the dad on the news.
Hold on. Go on.
I watched 2 interviews with the dad. One was on a news channel and one was with Gerald. And in that interview, he said, they say there's another video out there.
So when he says they say, is that one going to be on NC Beats Live, or is that the one he did with the news stations?
I want to say it's the one he did with Gerald Jackson.
Okay, I think it is going to be with that one too, because that's the one that I've seen being shared on Facebook in the groups. And I see people saying the dad said he's seen the second video. And then I see other people saying, no, the dad didn't say it. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to listen to that one. Mighty, it's okay. Sorry. Sometimes I just think people are yelling at me when they use all caps. So my apologies. I'm like, don't yell at me. We're here just trying to figure it out, guys. So I'm going to have to go back and listen to that and see. The attack video has been edited. Well, I think we can all agree that the attack video, and this is something we've always wondered, there has to be more to that, right? So maybe there is a longer video And maybe in that video, that's, the one video where, the investigative reporter is saying during that video, you see somebody, a female coming from, the back room. Again, does that mean the back of the room or a separate back room? But comes in and gets into it with Dejanay. So, he hasn't seen it again, but this is what's being reported to him from police. So,
Well, we have to remember too, two people were videoing, so one person's video could have lasted a lot longer than somebody else's.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
So
and
that really
I mean,
could
we
be
don't.
two videos.
And what if, I mean, we don't know, but what if, because one thing, what if Khalil also recorded? We don't know if he did or not. In the video we only see obviously the person recording. We think it's Malik. That's what's been said. And then we have a female hand right there recording. And, that's been said to be Winter. Maybe Khalil also record. I mean, I don't know. Why the fuck are they even recording it in the first place? It's fucking stupid. I don't know. I see you too, Sarah. She says, I see you, crazy chick. All right, E. Jones, I'll see you later. And another thing that just bothers me with this also is that it was asked during that too, that, why didn't the doctor see any bruises or anything on her face? Okay, because when you look at that, you would think that, it's being said, again, Najir says, cut lip, eye red. Okay, he notices that. He does mention that he didn't realize there was a bump on her head, but that he says the nurse pointed out the bump on the head. Okay, and I'm wondering if the nurse is actually the service worker that he's referring to. That would be the maid that noticed it. You know what I mean? So you were there at that moment. Like, but yeah, I'm not going to get into that. But it was saying then, Mr. Zungina says that, the doctor didn't report any bruises we know that there was on the police report, there's no mention of any injury to her from the doctor. When she arrives, she doesn't notice any injury. Okay. Now, Mr. Zungina said that he spoke with a colleague and he says maybe because the doctor didn't notice it because of the skin color. But in my head, I thought, what the fuck? You didn't notice any bruising because of her skin color. You don't notice a cut on the lip and you're doing CPR? Like it just doesn't make sense to me, you guys. It doesn't make sense. And I'm really questioning paid off cover up. That's where I'm at with this. Yeah, he was stroking her hair. He's stroking her hair. He says he didn't notice a bump on her head until it was pointed out, but he did say he noticed her cut lip and her eye. So.
And he remembered that he had Summer Walker on. I just can't.
I know. I was like, okay. Yeah, and it was like all putting this music on, and I'm just like, yeah. And then he's like, when I got there, I immediately went to her. It's kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah, I canceled him.
So was there an arrest? Okay, so was there an arrest or not? Okay, so this is what we know. The Mexican investigative reporter, yesterday, he broke this article, which says that Dejanay had been arrested. Okay. A lot of us, we respect him, or I respect him. He speaks to, the police. He's getting all this information. This was before he did the most recent interview with NCB, I want to say, because after the NCB interview, I started being like, okay, this is, I don't know, there's just all these things that I'm bringing to you guys that just are not making sense for me, what he is saying. So after that, then I'm like, I understand why people are questioning it. But he says this yesterday. He puts this out. And again, he says that, during the night of November 28th, that Dejanay Jackson was arrested by Interpol agents after a control judge issued an arrest warrant against her for the crime of femicide. Now, we know again that this happened on October 29th in Cabo Villas complex in this tourist destination. It says Dejanay Jackson was placed in federal custody, waiting for her to begin her extradition process to Mexico. Now, people have tried to look up to see if she's in any, jails out there in Charlotte. People are looking for her and no one can find anything. I know the NC Beat guy, he went live this morning and he says he checked every state. I'm like, every state? But he says he checked every state and he can't find her anywhere. And no mainstream media out here, Bushi, is reporting on it. So a lot of people, they're wondering how come the family doesn't know about this arrest. And usually, a lot of times when an arrest like this is going to be made, usually the family would be notified, but the family doesn't know. And again, that's coming from NC, the host from NC Beat. He speaks with the family and he says they don't know anything about it. There's nothing on our end from mainstream media reporting on this at all. So I know there is another creator that goes by that was brought up yesterday in my chat. Oh God, and I didn't know who it was, so I went to check it out. Jesus, I don't remember the damn name, but she also speaks with the investigator, and she says he's doubling down. He's sticking to it. She's been arrested. He's saying she has been arrested. So, it's kind of like, I don't know what to tell you guys. We have him saying the Mexican investigator reporter saying sources are telling him that she has been arrested. We have this article. Other people are saying it's not true. So you guys, I don't know what to tell you. You either believe it or you don't. I myself, at first, when I seen this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is great news. I put it out for you guys. But then when I listened to his interview last night, I don't know, I started questioning things. And I'm not saying he's lying, but I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait it out. So hopefully she has been arrested. Hopefully she has. But there is a process. We need to remember, guys, there's always a process. And us as humans, we want things like this. So we just need to be patient, give it a couple of days, and we'll see. Because just like with the arrest warrant, Mr. Zungina is the one who put that out, and we were getting it from, I seen CNN Espanol, report on it. That's where I was getting that from too. And then he put it out there with his news media outlet. And then a few days later, we started reporting it with mainstream media, ABC News and all of that. Everybody's reporting on it now. So give it a couple of days, you guys. If this is in fact true, I think in a couple of days, it's all going to start being pushed out. So I'm sorry, Boo, I don't have the right answer for you with it. He's the guy who also happened to have a Bible on hand when pleading his case on Twitter. Who? The NCD guy? And thank you so much, Sweet as Taboo, for the super $5 sticker. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you just being here and talking this case with me. I appreciate all of you guys just talking this case. And I know sometimes I'm all over the place with these cases. Sometimes I come really good with my research and I'm all organized, but sometimes, like yesterday, I was ready to go with this live stream. I was like, okay, I got the timeline all ready. And then I listened to that and it just threw me off. Like, now he's saying 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. she passed. We have this maid coming at 12 and saying her body was hard. I'm just like, okay, what the fuck is going on, you guys? How deep does this go? And Boo, are you talking about NCB? I don't know if you answered. FBI has been on the case. FBI has prior to her funeral, and they're working with the family, an autopsy, a second autopsy, full autopsy for Shanquella. So waiting on all of that still. I'm trying my hardest to keep, the most accurate information with you guys. I'm trying really hard. And kind of just give you guys, okay, this is what we know. This is what we have facts of. And like the video, what we have a fact of the video is that we have one video that we have seen, you guys. We have one, it's there's two, and but we have one. So I'm trying my hardest just to keep what's facts, and you guys take what you want with what the rumors are. We're all going to believe what we want to believe on our own. You know what I mean? Don't believe something because I'm saying I believe it. Like, you guys believe what you want to believe, just like some of you guys believe things that I don't believe. So we're all just trying to figure this case out. And I don't know about you, but this is one case that has me like, I don't fucking know what's going on anymore. But I do appreciate your support. All right, you guys, we've been on here an hour and a half, and I'm trying to think. There's a lot I don't know what else I want to go through. And thanks, guys, for just supporting me always, and just when I'm all over the place like today. But I like talking it out with you guys, because if I don't talk it out with you guys, guess what? I'm talking it out with my boyfriend, and he's just like, yeah. Like, yeah, he doesn't want to hear it. But my boyfriend, on the other hand, he believes this was a setup. He believes this was a setup. He believes that they decided before going there. And I don't believe that, though. And Delana, that's right. You guys, if you could smash this like button. Hey, cat eyes. So I don't know. Where I'm at with this is this whole service worker information has really got me stumped. Which, if you think about it, though, the service workers account would make the most sense for me, to be honest with you, because if this fight happened in the early morning hours, obviously she was asleep. We can tell by the way the bed looks, and the morning and everything. If she's passed slowly from her injuries, then the maid getting there after 2 and her already going into rigor takes about 2 hours. That makes sense to me. So the service workers accounts make the most sense to me out of anything we've heard so far with this case, but that's just me personally. I'm glad you guys like and are here with me to talk it out. Okay, so Delana, do you want to? So there's 2 sweet as taboo. So there's the one that we listened to yesterday. That one is on from yesterday's interview. That one is on the lead attorney's channel. So if one of my mods can link the lead's attorney, that's one interview he did. Then the one I'm talking about today that I'm like all flustered with the information over, that one was last night, and that was on NC Beats channel. And one of my mods will like link his channel. That was last night. That one was about an hour and a half, I believe. And that was a really, really good interview. I got to give it up to that host. He asked some great fucking questions. He was on it. Like, he would ask a question, and if it didn't make sense, he would follow up with it. And I love that. And a lot of the things he was asking, I was right with him. I was like, okay, I'm still confused on it. And you guys got to remember too, it's coming in translation. So you have Mr. Zungina saying something, and then the translator is then telling us what he is saying, and then you have the host saying something, the translator then telling Mr. Zungina what the host is saying. So and I kept seeing people in the comments saying, the translation isn't 100%, some things aren't being said. So again, my Spanish isn't the best, so I can't even tell you if yes, everything was coming out flowing. So I don't know. Well, Deacon says that no one at her house cares about true crime like I do. They think I'm crazy. Same thing with me, Deacon. My boyfriend, I give him credit. It depends. This case, he has only been really where I see like interested in a case, and that would be the first case would be Kanika Jenkins' case. He was full on researching himself with that damn case. He was invested in that case. And then this is another case where he's just like, yeah, he's into this case too. But you know me, I'm just like, no. And he's just like, okay, enough. Okay, so yeah, check out both of those. I'm not sure if any of them linked it, but the lead attorney did one with him. And then the newest one would be NC Beat. So check that one out. I shared it actually, Sweetest Taboo NC Beat one on my community tab. So if you go to my community tab, I shared it last night. You can watch it from there. Pink says that they were all friends prior and jealousy, I think, plays a big part. I really wonder how much of friendship were were they really truly friends? When you look at certain things that are on social media, it seems like Winter and Dejanay were really close, but I don't see it as, so much that Shanquella was included in that. And then keep in mind, Shanquella, her so-called bestie would have been Khalil. And then we now know that, Dejanay's bestie, or she was extremely close to Malik. And Malik is the one that we are told he's the one recording the fight. And she's actually his daughter's godmother. So they're pretty close. So I'm like, So yeah, Delana, justice for Shanquella. Delana, do you have any last words?
Just listen, I watched that video last night 3 times.
Which one?
The one that was on last night.
Oh, the live
interview.
stream.
I watched that 3 times.
I watched it 2 times. I watched it the first time when it was live, and I was like, okay, confused. And then you started sending me all the cliff notes. I had left to the gym and I came back, and then I was starting to listen to it again. That's when you started texting me and you were like on it with all your stuff. And then I'm like, wait, I need to listen to this with notes again, because it was just really confusing. So what is your last thoughts with that?
I almost wish somebody would do an interview with him with like Google interpreter. So like it was just what he said.
Wow. Okay. So the lead attorney tried to do it with the subtitles, right? With Google, right? And for the most part, it came out pretty good with his subtitles. I think it was pretty on point.
I think it was too.
Yeah. But then it got kind of confusing a little, because then he also was translating. So it kind of was like, okay. But if you go back and watch his and you kind of just read the subtitles for that one, I think that was pretty accurate. I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it was a little easier than it being translated back, because I felt like it's not his words.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's why I say, is it all getting lost in translation with a lot of things? And maybe it is. Maybe the 2 videos is actually the one long video. You know what I mean? Maybe the 3 people only in the room, maybe it actually is the 5 people in the room that we see in the video. Maybe it's just getting confused and missed in the translation of it all. I don't know. And don't worry about it, boo.
Taboo. I had a hard enough time trying to keep up. I don't need to do my own interview with him.
I actually think that he's not going to do any more interviews, to be honest with you. I'm wondering if he's starting to get some backlash with everything right now. So I'm wondering if he's probably like, nope, I'm not talking to no one, none of you YouTubers, no more. You guys are on your own. Like, I don't know. We shall see. I don't know. But don't worry about it, boo.
What's your Boo Sheet says she has a question for you before you go.
Okay, what is it, boo? Hey, Melissa Jade. I think it's one video. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing too, Melissa. I think it's one video. I think it's a longer video, and it is interesting that he says that it is a female trying to stop it. So is that what is there, or is it something else? I don't know. But again, this is what's being put out to us. So where are you from?
My thoughts and prayers go up for her family, because every time I listen to her parents talk, it breaks my heart.
Yeah. And I just seen the dad talk today. I don't know if you've seen that newest interview that was placed. We'll play it tomorrow. He's just heartbroken. He's heartbroken. He just wants answers. Yeah. He's just heartbroken. He wants answers. And the dad, he seems Yeah, and I feel like I'd probably be like this, he wants answers and he's trusting, and people are probably telling him, there's this, there's that, and he's probably going based off of what they're saying too. So we got to take that into consideration too, you know what I mean? So I just feel so heartbroken that all of this craziness is starting to go around this case. And honestly, with this case, there is a lot of rumors, you guys, with it. A lot. I mean, just think about last week. People were reporting there was an arrest last week. Why? Because our mainstream media, I think it was ABC, our mainstream media out here in their title said there was an arrest. You know what I mean? Imagine that as the dad seeing that and being like, "Oh shit," and then no, it's not true.
Well, how about the mom? How about the fact that her family was sending the mom messages saying that she was posting stuff and it wasn't even her?
Okay, so Delana, so Boo says it's been said, and Delana, tomorrow let's go through what you sent me about all the information about the Cobble Six. So each, it talks about Elise. You send me all of those.
Yes.
Let's go over that tomorrow, because I was looking at it last night. And I think that has really good information with every single one of them. So Boo says, it's been said that Elise's sister was murdered the day before she flew to Mexico. Is that true? Well, she was murdered on the 28th at 1 a.m.
So it was like days before.
No. She was murdered on the 28th. Let me see. She was murdered the 28th. Hold on. I have a screenshot. Hold on, you guys.
Now, I did not hear anything about Kola having anything to do with it because she died from domestic violence.
Well, there was a rumor in the beginning that people were, and I just thought that was pretty shitty for people to try to pin that on Shanquella, but there was people speculating and saying that she set up the sister and that's why they wanted to, they were trying to set her up. But when you look at the articles, and it's all online, you guys, you can just type her sister's name up. I think it was Anita, I believe her name was. Is it Anita Delana? Anita,
I don't have my notebook in here.
Hold on, I have screenshots of everything. I think it was Anita Hyatt. She passed for, and it was DV. It was a domestic violence, so it had nothing to do with. So let's see. Her sister was murdered on October 28th.
Okay.
Yeah, October 28th, she was murdered. Let's see. And tomorrow we'll look at it because her mom, she posts about it. Elise's mom posts about it on her own Facebook too. So we'll look at all of that tomorrow. And then we're going to also really listen to, finally, I keep saying every live we're going to do this and something new pops up and it takes over. But tomorrow we'll go through all the information about the Cobble Six, about all the good information that Delana got. We'll go over the sister, how on the 28th she was murdered. And I don't believe Shanquella had anything to do with it. That's kind of shitty to put her on that. It was domestic violence. And then we'll finally listen to Najir's live stream. So tomorrow morning live, Delana, she's like,
yeah. No, I'm not believing your morning live. You say morning live and you end up on here at 5:00.
But in my defense, I drank a pre-workout at 7. It had me cracked out until like 3 a.m. So
Valerie Knox always wins.
I know Valerie doesn't like morning lives. Hold on, rumors are crazy with the case. Yeah, they are Scottish. I just think tomorrow maybe a morning live, because since we're going to go over a lot more tomorrow, it'll be easier. But yeah, okay. So I'm not going to drink no pre-workout tonight.
Okay, and you did hear about her mom, right? That people were posting stuff saying it was her mother and it wasn't even her mom.
Oh, I know. I shared that on my community too. Sometimes
yeah,
I feel
it's
like
a shame.
You guys think I'm sharing too much. Yeah. We'll go through that tomorrow. Is that even still up, that Instagram account? So somebody was posting made an Instagram account pretending to be Shanquella's mom. and they were posting and saying in the title of things, they would say my daughter and stuff like that. And it wasn't true. It was not even the mom. So there's just a lot of, well, I mean, you know how people are. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But then all these rumors are put out, and then you're a month and a half away from the case, and then you're like, okay, what is true? What's not true? Look at about that girl who claimed to be the cousin that was all over Reddit. What about
Yes.
that?
And the parents were like, we don't even know her.
Yeah. Yep, there was a girl all over Reddit, and it was being put out there on Reddit. She was live on someone's channel, and she was claiming to be the cousin, and she was saying that, all kinds of things. And the family's like, we don't know who the fuck that is. They didn't say fuck, but we don't know who that cray girl is. Yeah.
And
So
meanwhile she was telling that channel that she was going to get them an interview with the mom.
yeah. And tell them what you just sent me today about, I don't think that's real though, what you sent me.
Yeah, that was just something I saw. And like I said, I'm a receipts person. So unless I know who it came from, I just feel like if that girl was in hiding all this time, that was the last thing she was going to come out and be saying.
Well, I don't know if it was in the very beginning, because I didn't follow this case. I feel like I started following it around, so she passed on the 29th. I think I started following it when the fight video went viral, and I'm assuming that would have been around, and I could be wrong, but I'm just going based off of when I went back to see, because usually with a group, when I don't join it immediately, I go back and I try to find what was posted in the beginning. I think people started sharing the fight video around the 14th of November, or the 15th. I could be wrong, but I think it was around then. And that's when I think that's when I started following this case. But I forgot my train of thought. I'm sorry. And Bushi, yes, we listened to that here. It has been said that is winter. We could listen to that again tomorrow if you want. So, all right. Okay, you guys. So I think that's it. Delana, I'm going to let you leave the leave the panel, and I'm going to then just say goodbye to everybody. So everyone, give it up for Delana. Thank you so much. We'll touch base later.
Okay,
Delana,
I'll see all of you. Have a blessed evening. Stay safe.
Stay safe, guys.
Say a prayer for this girl's family.
Yeah. Say a prayer for her family.
See you tomorrow.
Oh, I think she booted herself. She's like, see you tomorrow, Dawn. I don't know if I booted you by accident. Sorry. Let me go to Twitter really quick. Hold on. Let's see if there's anything on Twitter. Latest. I just want to see what people are saying real quick. Hold on. Okay. Well, Yahoo News is reporting, like I said earlier, about arrests being made, but they're getting their information from the Mexican investigative reporters. So we're going to touch base with it. Okay, so thank you guys for being here. Bushi, you're going to be here tomorrow morning, probably like 11. I'm assuming 11. Would you be here, Bushi? Because we're going to go over a lot tomorrow. So I want you here. Let me see what she says. Bye, my Vicky. Vicky says, bye, my loves. Bye, Vicky. Again, thank you for all your support, Vicky. And thank you for the super chats, super stickers. I appreciate you guys so much. Carly, thank you for being here. ATS, thank you for being here and showing support. Thank you. Geekin, thank you, girl, for being here. And then we got Sweet as Taboo. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate all your, interaction with the chat. Grateful Ed, the voice of reason, Delana calls him. And then Boo always has me thinking about things. So I want you to be here tomorrow, Boo. So, and tomorrow for sure. Tomorrow we'll do a morning for sure. unless something major happens, but for sure. I'm not going to drink no pre-workout, you guys. Sorry about that. It's always something with me. It's hard. I know, but that's with every case though. That's with every case. You'll see people making fake accounts. With every case, I think we see that with fake accounts and everything like that. And sometimes some cases it's easier to go through all of this stuff, but then with this case, it's kind of hard to see what is real, what is not real, and there is a lot of rumors with this case. So Geekin says, I'll be there in the morning. All right, you guys, I'm going to be here in the morning too with my coffee. So again, thank you guys for being here. And you guys already know, look at my hair, it looks funny. You guys already know what I always say when we ended. Stay blessed, keep grinding, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.